they basically kept all the doors and like put them in this, arranged them this way, and each one was used as a canvas for the artists. Yeah. So you guys remember those two skulls we saw outside? The two big ass skulls? This is the same artist, Alexis Diaz. From Puerto Rico.
And these are made here?
Yeah, these are all painted right here on the spot. And he actually did that sculpture too. That one was added last December as well. Like a lot of this was changed last December. Like they added the grass and the pebbles, things like that.
Like
and
every
added
year,
the path.
this space gets like...
I mean, I would say every year they either change some things up or arrange the space a different way or add something else here. During the Miami Art Week. Then here we have Page 47. She's from South Africa.
Sometimes I would just like walk just like sitting on the bar and the security guard was kind of an asshole about it, so I have to stop doing that.
Doing what?
Just like sitting on the rocks and working on my beats on my computer, on my laptop, yeah. I know, right?
And yeah, this is Gaia from Baltimore. This is a portrait of Henry Flagler. Do you guys remember Henry Flagler and his story behind him, right?
Yep.
So this is a portrait of Henry Flagler. So this is a point, when I'm doing a tour, this is like the point where I tell people about Henry Flagler and like the story of how Miami got founded and everything. Hopefully they don't remove it because it's a good way to segue into the history of Miami and how it got founded.
Of course, it says Overtown.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Then over here is Dal East. He's from China. And here we have Mills, the guy who I said chisels and into the wall,
They
like
paint first and
the one
then
that he
just-
painted on top first, and then then he removes it using using a power tools.
Great.
He's from Portugal.
I've done something like that.
Yeah, so this was 2011. So I think the expansion opened in 2011. Yeah, this whole thing. This is Cryptic. He's from the U.S. as well. Hawaii, I think, to be specific. He's very into Buddhism and Eastern philosophy. You can see that these pieces, for example, are inspired by Buddhist mandalas.
See the same who did the like Buddha painting right behind the sunglasses?
Him and
store?
Dal East.
Oh, okay.
Him and this guy, the yellow, with the one with yellow, they collaborated for that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and just like a Buddhist mandala, you don't know if this thing is also ephemeral. You don't know like this is gonna be gone, coming this Miami Art Week. Because the mandalas, you know the point of a mandala, right?
Yeah.
It's like an exercise that Buddhist monks do, in which they do this very elaborate pattern with like colored sand. Then once it's finished, then they just wipe it off, wipe it away, to just show the idea of how life itself is ephemeral and like nothing you do will last forever.
The thing is, when you start one, it is not good if you stop it.
Really?
And then this is the second expansion, which opened last December. This is the Lakewood Gardens. So this place is less than a year old, as you can see. Pretty neat. And this is Logan Hicks. This is another New York-based artist.
Lakewood Garden?
As you can see, this is a landscape of New York City. The cool thing about this piece is that it's all done with
Landscape of New York
stencils.
City. What?
Stencils, right?
It's done with stencils or without?
With stencils. It's all done with stencils. Like very, very elaborately cut stencils.
Yeah.
Like very detailed, very big, minute details. So like he does like maybe 3 or 4 stencils, and for each one he does like a different color. He sprays through with a different color, and then you put them all together, and this is the end result. Pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah.
But stencils that size? Wow.
So the majority of these are not made with stencils? They're
I mean,
all...
some of them are either freehand or paint or brush, or either with whatever materials they use. Like no artist has to stick with a particular.
I thought a lot of the stuff was done with stencils.
I mean, Aiko's stuff is done with stencils mostly as well, but what do you call it? But Howard knows them, they don't use stencils. Swoon doesn't use stencils. Well, a lot of the ones you see out here and right before entering the doors, those are not stencils.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very few of them actually use stencils for their pieces. But this one, yeah, you can see it's a landscape in New York City. This is West 32nd with Broadway. I actually was in New York City last May. I managed to find this exact same spot.
Oh, wow.
I took a picture from. But very different from when I went, from when I was there and when he took it. This was probably taken like 3 in the morning on a random weekday. And I was there like during I don't know, Friday night or something. Friday evening, when there's way more people. Way more people. pictures during like early morning hours. You know, that's when barely anyone. Yeah, he took it like probably at 3 a.m., 3 or 4 a.m. You know, right before people started coming out. On a weekday too, because that's when